but it is great to catch up with Kurt Mattix, San Diego State's third-year defensive coordinator. Aztecs, we find out earlier today, will open Snapdragon Stadium on national TV. Jim just talked about it. Saturday, September 3rd at 12:30 against the University of Arizona on CBS. Coach, it is great to have you back with us here on Extra with John and Jim. I want to get to opening Snapdragon Stadium in Arizona, but I know you've been on the road a ton. I've seen it on social media. I've seen pictures. I know you've been on the road a ton since this past season ended. What's the reaction right now on the recruiting trail to your program, the 12-win season, the new stadium, and everything going on the Mesa?
Well, thanks for having me first, John. And
yeah.
We appreciate the opportunity to talk about Aztec football. But things have been great. And, the success we've had this past year, as well as the success we've had in the last few years, has really helped create a little niche for us for San Diego State football. And it's just a great opportunity to, get out and be on the road for, last two seasons. Due to COVID, we haven't been able to be on the road and see prospects and be at spring practices. And so the opportunity to get back out on the road and actually see the size and see some of these young men practice and do some things like that, it's been outstanding.
Kurt, for the program, what does it mean to have the season opener on national television on CBS versus Arizona?
I don't know if I could actually put it into words right now. We couldn't be more excited to get a chance to show what our brand's all about. And for these seniors and some of the other players that have played before them to build such a great tradition of Aztec football and what it stands for, the opportunity to showcase that in our own brand new stadium. Again, just the opportunity to show the world what the Snapdragon Stadium is going to look like, what it's going to be like. Couldn't be more excited to see the fans and hear the fans and be a part of that experience.
Kurt Mattix is San Diego State's third-year defensive coordinator. Of course, the Aztecs defense the last couple of years has been one of the nation's best, and the Aztecs will start their season again September 3rd at Snapdragon Stadium. When you do start that season, you're going to have to replace Cam Thomas. How do you replace Cam Thomas, and who will replace Cam?
We actually worked out a deal with the Arizona Cardinals that will play for us on Saturdays, and then fly a private jet as part of his contract.
Is that the new name, image, and likeness?
I like it.
Image and likeness.
Yeah.
Right.
To be honest with you, we're going to try to do it with a group of young men, and I don't know if you could replace the what Cam meant for our program with just one body. A guy like Garrett Fountain, Jonah Tavai, moving him around with the addition to Justice Tavai, a Devin Lamp. Dylan Taylor, just to name a few that we feel like are guys that are going to help fill a role that will be definitely vacated with one of the best players I've ever had a chance to coach.
You mentioned Justice Tavai there, Jonah Tavai as well, Caden and Cooper McDonald, all brothers. What is it like to coach brothers on this team?
It's actually pretty cool. And obviously I got a chance to get to know Caden and Cooper a lot more than Justice, even though he's in the D-line room. But it's pretty neat from the standpoint of competition, from the standpoint of just respect for each other, from the standpoint of just their relationship with each other and helping each other. Jonah helping Justice and Caden helping Cooper get used to the program and understanding that the program's not going to change for them. They have to change for this program and the culture that Coach Hoke has cultivated and Coach Long, continued on what Coach Hoke started a few years ago. And it's just one of those things that's pretty fun. It's neat. You see the relationship and they play hard together, and it's pretty awesome.
San Diego State's defensive coordinator Kurt Mattix with us right now. John and Jim, Extra 1360. Of course, the Aztecs defense, as we've talked about, has been one of the best in the nation for the better part of the last decade. I do want to ask you a little bit, Coach, about the offense and what you saw this spring from the quarterback room, and maybe specifically about the transfer from Virginia Tech, Braxton Burmeister.
I can honestly, I don't want to give away too much. I can't wait for Snapdragon to get open for the fans to see him. But he's definitely a very competitive individual. A quick story was, the first time I saw him in a hallway, I bumped into him in a big hallway. So I purposely, bumped into him, and he said, "Excuse me," and I said, "Hey, just to let you know, we're gonna." We have a defensive-minded head coach. We're going to make sure we, get to bring the pressure on the quarterback. And he so eloquently put, "Bring it," and so on and so forth. And then the next time we're in practice and he has his towel outside his back pocket and our we were having a scrimmage type drill, and it was just a tag off drill, and he goes for a scramble, and I think one of my linebackers pulls this, towel out the back, simulating a tag, and he asked me if we were playing flag football. And so just I love his competitiveness. I think he's a great guy to be in a battle type situation. You love to have him on your team. I think he's an ultra competitive person. And, I think he's won over, the receivers and different things of that nature on that side of the ball.
Coach, how's the cornerback competition shaping up for you guys?
Say that one more time, please.
How's the cornerback competition shaping up for you guys?
Yeah, it's going good. Obviously we had some issues with a couple guys having to sit out a little bit of spring just from a physicality standpoint, just because of some surgeries and other things. But we'll be full strength come fall camp, and I believe that we will be at least 2 deep, maybe more, at each cornerback position. With the guys that had a chance to play, Noah and Abinger, Noah Tumblin, and Dallas Branch, as well as Des Malone had an unbelievable spring. I think the competition there will help us continue to put the best players on the field. And that's sort of some of the things we tried to do last year, was just make it as competitive as we could be. And then the best guys that had the best week of practice would be able to get the most snaps on Saturday, which helped elevate that level of performance in that room.
Coach, how have you evolved or changed or developed during your time at San Diego State over these 2+ years? How have you continued to evolve as a coach?
Well, I think, the first and foremost, we have an amazing staff, headed off with our head coach, Brady Hoke. And then, you talk about our defensive staff. We just lost a heck of a defensive line coach in Jordan Thomas to the NFL, which again shows the development that we have in the defensive line room in itself, that an opportunity to take his talents to the next level. But, we were able to hire Justin Enna, who's been a defensive coordinator at multiple different stops. And then we also have Kyle Hoke and Demetrius Sumler, along with Doug Deacon, that help challenge me personally on a daily basis. So collectively as a group, I think we just challenge each other to be the best, always trying to create opportunities to help showcase our players. Take a guy like Keyshawn Banks. How can we put him in a situation to utilize his strengths? Jonah Tavai, Pat McMorris, just to name a few, and how we're going to put them in the best position to be successful for our team to be successful. So, just as you continue to do those things and work with a guy like Coach Hoke, who challenges you on a daily basis, you don't have a choice but to continue to be competitive and continue to try to elevate your game to the next level.
You on the road, Coach? Where are you at?
I currently am on the road, getting the last couple of days of spring practices available in the evaluation period.
Very
so
nice.
Are you nearby, or you've been traveling all over the place,
are you
right?
allowed to tell us where you're at?
Yeah, how many miles have you logged since the end of the season? I imagine a lot.
I honestly don't know, but it's amazing because throughout this whole process of spring recruiting, you get a chance to meet some great and amazing high school coaches, whether I was in Utah or Colorado or Arizona and San Diego in our backyard, just some of the amazing coaches and how hard they work for their players, and they take them on recruiting trips and help develop them and put them in the best situations to be successful. You learn stuff from them on a daily basis, how they interact with their players, how to get the most out of their players. Because, again, most high school coaches don't get a chance to recruit, so they're developing them from homegrown and getting an opportunity to play at the highest level.
Coach, we're looking forward to it. We're 101 days out, I believe, from September 3rd. You're on the road getting ready for future Aztecs to potentially join the program in the months and years ahead, but I know you're getting ready for September 3rd as well. So we appreciate your time. We'll catch up again this spring and summer, and thank you for doing it, and safe travels, all right?
Thanks, Coach.
Hey, John and Jim, thank you so much for, again, your dedication and support of Aztec football, and we look forward to continuing to build this relationship.
Thanks so much,
Love
Coach.
it.
That is Kurt Mattix, third-year defensive coordinator for San Diego State, one of the best coordinators in the country, by the way.